What's up guys, Chopper Chris, Choppers and Paint here. Today we're going to be going over this rear fender I had painted last year for a customer. Unfortunately he got rear-ended in traffic and he's okay, and most of the bike actually came out okay. The back fender took the brunt of it and it's pretty crunched up. So we'll just be painting a new fender or a replacement fender to match that fender instead of trying to straighten the old one. I'll show you why right here. It's pretty bad. This is the old fender. You can see it took a pretty good hit. You could possibly straighten something like this, but we've got another fender here. It's going to make our job a lot easier. This was a used fender off of another bike, the same model, almost the same color, but it's slightly different, and it had a custom paint job on it. You can see here with the ghost flame. So because of that, we'll have to strip this paint to bare metal and start fresh. We found some big surprises underneath the paint. That's why it's important to strip anytime you have a custom paint job, or if you feel like it's not factory paint. You never know what's underneath that. Your paint job is only good as what's underneath it. Let me show you here what's going on. You can see I've got all the paint off here. Now what I found is a couple spots with a lot of Bondo on it. I went ahead and took that Bondo all the way off. I'm not sure why they put that there. They filled a couple holes here, which the customer may need. So may bring those back out depending on his application. Right here is where the seat bolts down, and you can see here they've got this smashed in, and it's actually torn through right here. I'm not sure why, but there's never really a good excuse to fill a dent on a fender. Fenders are thin, you can access them from both sides. I don't use a lot of body filler on a fender. Another thing on this fender is they had a body feature here where the reflector went. You can kind of see it there. A lot of people will take the reflectors off of their bikes. It's one of the first things they'll do to customize it. Well, here someone has hammered out that body feature, and what that's done is it's expanded the sheet metal on this side, and it's caused it to be very wavy and warpy, and they had just had Bondo all over the side of this fender to try to fix it. So we're going to address that. I'm not sure if I'll put this feature back in or just show you guys how to do a little bit of metal shrinkage here to try to get that back straight. Guys, before we keep going, please, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe below. It'll give me motivation to keep making these videos, and it'll support the channel. It really means a lot. Now that we've got the fender all welded up, the holes in it are fixed right, I went ahead and put a rough coat of body filler on here already, and I busted that down real fast with the DA and 40 grit sandpaper to get my overall shape just roughed out. I went ahead and put a skim coat on, and that I will hand block again with 40, and then follow up on that with a hand block and 80 grit. That should get us ready for primer. We'll be using a 2K high build urethane primer on this. And there we go, we're all ready for primer. I finished it out in 180. Usually you can go to 80 and it'll be fine. If you want to do a little extra, go to 180 and your primer will really do a lot better on there. You won't have to use it to fill as many scratches, and I can use my primer more to block the waves out and such. It's looking pretty good. I've got the holes filled, and everything. Here, I brought these holes back out. That's looking good. Next is primer. And there it is. That's 4 coats of the 2K urethane primer. Just give it about 5 minutes in between coats. This will block out really smooth. It's nice and thick. I'll block it with 600. I may start with 400 if there's any rough areas, but I'll finish this out at 600. Any of the minor waves that are left in the side will block right out of this stuff. It gets really thick with 4 coats on there. And it'll dry really well. You want to let it sit at least 48 hours. The longer the better with this stuff, especially if you have rough scratches. If you didn't finish the Bondo out in 180, you really need to let it cure for 2-3 days minimum. I finished this out in 180, so I won't have as many problems with it shrinking and scratches coming back later. Hey guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure to stay tuned. Next time we're going to have a video on doing the custom paint on this job, and I'll have some more coming soon. Much more custom paint videos, how to do flames, pattern, panel work, scales, metal flake, candy, everything like that. Stay tuned, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more content.